Assalamu alaikum. This is Protusha Burwa welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Advisory Council adopts condolence motion in memory of those lost lives in recent fighter jet crash in Dhaka. Bangladesh to hold meeting with US trade delegation again over additional tariff imposed by US, says Commerce advisor. Five-member Chinese specialist medical team arrives in Dhaka for providing assistance for burn injured in recent fighter jet crash. BNP Secretary General assures to stand beside bereaved families of tragic jet crash. Passenger plane carrying 49 crashes in Russia's far eastern Amur region with no survivor. And Pakistan set target of 179 runs for Bangladesh in last T20 of three-match race at Newport. Viewers, those were the headlines, so moving on to the details. The Council of Advisors adopted a condolence motion in memory of those who lost their lives in the recent jet crash at Uttara. The meeting of the Council of Advisors was held at the Chief Advisor's office today. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus presided over the meeting. At the beginning of the meeting, a 1-minute silence was observed, followed by prayers seeking eternal peace for the departed souls. The Council of Advisors in its meeting decided to extend full government support to the families of those lost their lives and for the treatment of those suffered injured. Regarding government support to the families of the victims, the Ministry of Education has been tasked with consulting Milestone school and college authorities to determine the appropriate steps moving forward. The meeting also decided to confer state honor onto teachers of Milestone School and College who sacrificed their lives to save the children. The meeting decided that special prayers will be offered at all religious institutions across the country tomorrow, seeking forgiveness for the deceased and speedy recovery for the injured. Amendments to the Criminal Procedure Code have been brought to the Advisory Council. Besides, the Advisory Council decided not to use party symbols in local government elections. The Council of Advisors formed a new pay commission for employees and officials who are under the national pay scale. Later, Law Advisor Dr. Asim Nazrul, Local Government and Rural Development Advisor Asim Mahmood Shajib Bhuiya, and Press Secretary to the Chief Advisor Shafqul Alam briefed the reporters at the Foreign Service Academy. Commerce Advisor Sheikh Busruddin has said that Bangladesh will once again hold a meeting with the US trade delegation regarding the reduction of additional tariffs imposed by the US government. Expressing optimism about the reduction of tariff on Bangladeshi products in the US market, he said they are waiting for an invitation. He added that the meeting will take place and it's hopeful that tariffs will be lowered. He made these remarks while speaking to reporters at the Secretariat in the afternoon about the US imposed tariffs on Bangladeshi exports and other recent issues. Mentioning that the US trade delegation has scheduled an online meeting for Friday, he said that the Bangladeshi government is not taking any steps that would harm national interest. He stressed that the government is making efforts to safeguard the country's interest and noted that even if the meeting does not occur by August 1st, there will be opportunities for future discussions on the tariff issue. Lawyers have expressed satisfaction over the arrest of former Chief Justice ABM Khairul Haque and thanked the Chief Advisor of the interim government. They also demanded exemplary punishment for Khairul Haque. The demands were made today by lawyers, including Advocate Jainul Abdin, Vice Chairman of the Bangladesh Bar Council, in front of the Annex building of the Supreme Court. A 5-member team of medical specialists from China is arriving in Dhaka this evening to provide treatment for those burned in the fighter jet crash at Milestone School and College in Uttara, Dhaka. The team includes specialist doctors and nurses who will offer targeted support for burn patients. According to a statement from the Chinese embassy, the medical team is arriving at the request of the interim government of Bangladesh to provide necessary treatment and medical assessments. Meanwhile, 2 doctors and 2 nurses from 2 hospitals in Delhi, India have also provided medical assistance to the injured from the Milestone College plane crash. In the morning, they spent about 2.5 hours at the National Burn Unit, offering support and consultation to the attending physicians. Additionally, a doctor from Singapore is assisting in the treatment of burn victims and advising the medical team. With the admission of 1 more patient last night, the number of patients currently at the National Burn Unit stands at 45. Officials have reported that among them, 8 are in critical condition, 13 are severely injured, and 23 have partial injuries. In memory of mass uprising with a pledge to build a new Bangladesh, the National Citizen Party (NCP) is continuing its month-long July March. Today marks the 24th day of the march, taking place in Brahmanbaria and Hobbyganj. Over the first 23 days, the NCP has organized march programs in 50 districts across the country. NCP leaders and activists gathered at the Kotwali intersection in Brahmanbaria this morning. They also visited families of the July martyrs and those who were injured. A street rally was held parading through various roads in Brahmanbaria town and concluded at Mukto Manchu premises, where NCP leaders addressed the gathering. Later in the afternoon, NCP leaders are scheduled to arrive in Hobbyganj, where they will hold another street rally and mass campaign. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir met with the grieving families affected by the tragic plane crash at Uttara's Milestone School. During the visit, he assured that the BNP would stand beside the bereaved families. At around 11 a.m., he went to the Taratek Mosque area in Diabari, where he offered prayers for the departed souls. He expressed condolences to the victims' families, stating that there are no words to console in such a tragedy. He urged authorities to quickly prepare a list of the deceased and injured and to locate the missing individuals. Additionally, the BNP called for DNA tests to be conducted as soon as possible so the bodies can be handed over to the families. Now, international news. A passenger plane carrying 49 people crashed on Thursday morning in Russia's far eastern Amur region with no survivors. Officials said the Hungary Airlines An-24 plane carrying 42 passengers and 6 crew had left Blagoveshchensk close to the Chinese border and vanished from radar screens as it approached the Tinda airport. The Russian news agency Interfax reported that the plane's wreckage was found around 9 miles from its intended destination in the town of Tinda, having traveled from the regional hub of Blagoveshchensk some 360 miles away. Amur's regional governor Vasily Orlov said all necessary resources had been deployed to find the plane. 5 children were among those on board, he added. At least 10 more Palestinians have starved to death in this besieged Gaza Strip, health officials say, as a wave of hunger crashes over the enclave. The latest starvation deaths bring the death toll from malnutrition since Israel's war began in October 2023 to 111, most of them in recent weeks. At least 100 other Palestinians, including 34 aid seekers, were killed in Israeli attacks over the past 24 hours, Gaza's Ministry of Health said on Wednesday. The World Health Organization said that 21 children under the age of 5 were among those who died of malnutrition so far this year. It said it had been unable to deliver any food for nearly 80 days between March and May, and that a resumption of food deliveries was still far below what is needed. In a statement, 111 organizations, including Mercy Corps, the Norwegian Refugee Council, and Refugees International, said that mass starvation was spreading even as tons of food, clean water, and medical supplies sit untouched just outside Gaza, where aid groups are blocked from accessing them. He said that Gaza residents have described a slow, painful death playing out in real time and engineered famine that the Israeli military has orchestrated.